Five, four, three, two, one. Good evening, everybody. Dave and Christy
Hello.
here from Colorado. What are we at? May 27th?
Where'd it go?
Wow, I hope you all had a fun and safe Memorial weekend. We're going to talk about something fun tonight. Tonight was supposed to be back office training. We're like, let's set that aside. Let's do something fun and talk about AI and the future and the Jetsons and ChatGPT and all of the things. Um, so we're going to just get right to it because we've got Suzanne and Sherry are going to share how it's working for them too. But first of all, let's just talk about we're at the end of May. I know school's out for most of you, graduations, all the things, and we're going into the summer months. So remember, this is a business and we don't shut it down for the summer just because school's out and we're traveling. Right? If you had a retail business, you wouldn't just shut it down for a month in the summer or 2 months. So you always want to touch your business every day, whether it's, 2 minutes and sometimes you might have more time, but always touch your business. If you unplug for too long, you completely just get so far removed from it. It's really hard to come back in. So we've got so many good things happening right now. I want you to stay plugged in and take advantage of being off for the summer and going on vacation. We love traveling because
Sure.
we take that as a way to meet new people. So be super intentional about, talking to the person at the airport and then in the pool, and hanging out at the beach, at the restaurant. Talk to people and build relationships and on social media, like share your journey, share how you are able to build your LifeVantage business while, sitting at the pool with your kids, right? I remember when I first joined LifeVantage, we earned an incentive trip to Hawaii, but I was doing Zooms, right? I'm building my business. I'm doing Zooms like this and three-way calls, and Dave was, like capturing that on camera, and there was a great post, like I'm here in Hawaii, but still building my business and meeting new team members. So anyway, just a reminder for you guys. Our goal is to build a business that we don't need a vacation from, right?
Right.
And our goal is to build a business that will grow even without you. So if there is a point where you've got to take a couple weeks because you've got a sick parent or something, right? It will still continue to grow. And that's what we have here. That's the opportunity we have here in our hands. So, um, we are going to talk about AI real quick and kind of give a full picture. We were just in a mastermind with all of some very top leaders around the globe, and we talked about AI and the future of AI. And
Right.
do you want to kind of
Oh, I
talk
we've been
about?
talking about it for a while now, since the beginning of the year, and it just we have some team members here that are way advanced at it compared to us, Sherry and Suzanne. But we're getting on board, and Christy's getting very, very good at it, and I'm coming along as well. So it's here, it's here. I mean, I'm old school, 64 years old. I got to say it's a little scary, a little weird, and think about all the negative things that associated with it, but. We got to get with it.
Here's
We got
the
to get going.
here's the good thing. Number one, we all want you using ChatGPT, and we're going to get to that.
Right.
But in 2 years, they're predicting that there will be um, AI avatars like on social media selling our products,
That we
and
won't
you
even
you
know.
won't even be able to tell the difference between a real person and a computer. So that is the future of where it's going, and just in life in general, right? But here's the key is that people are going to start getting so disconnected
That's the
from
magic.
humans, right? They're going to be in this world of AI. All of us are. We're gonna get sucked into it. But people are going to start craving for human connection. In 3 years from now, people are going to start paying money just to go on a walk with you, and that's already happening in Japan.
Yeah.
They're already paying for like companionship.
Right.
So our team has done a beautiful job at building belly to belly and forming those relationships. And so that's going to be a no-brainer for all of us, to just keep those relationships. And Eric Worre was talking about like, clubs, like forming clubs and communities in your hometown. And, just kind of coming up with some fun things, like even a fundraiser. If you're doing a fundraiser for something, just gather your community members together, and make it a kind of a social time, but to take those funds and put it towards a cause. Just anything you can do in your community to stay engaged and stay connected. Um, so we want you to be able to, use AI, use the chat GPT to build your business, help you with it. And attract people into the business knowing that you're on the trend, you know how to do it, right? But then also know that the importance of belly to belly is very important. And so let's go right into chat GPT. Now, when I first kind of started using chat, and again, I was way more delayed than like Sherry and Suzanne, and it's a lot more people on the team, but I just felt like it was unauthentic. And I could tell some people that were using chat and they were posting and or sending me text messages. It was all like phony, and you could tell it was not real and authentic. That they weren't using it right. So there's a right way to do it. And here's the deal. If you're doing it right, it actually takes who you are, your personality, your tone, your character, and then the brain of the computer and everything that's out there, and within seconds puts it all together. So it actually makes you just more intelligent. And we're learning as we're using it, right? So we're more intelligent, we sound more intelligent, but it's authentic. It's our tone and our voice. So I'm going to give you some examples of what is she talking about. I'm going to share my screen here. Um, Chat. So first of all, hopefully you all have Chat GPT on your phone. It's just a free app that you have on your phone. I'll show you what it looks like. It looks like, oh, I can't find that. This little guy here, and if you can see that. And then you can also use on your laptop, and they sync together, right? So if you're using on your phone or your laptop, all the information's still in there. Now, most of you are using the free version. I just upgraded to the plus. But the free version is great. I know Suzanne's using the free, it's great. But what you want to do first is you want to go and customize your chat and tell your chat, as much as you can about you. So if I go to customize, you're going to see like what traits should, like here's your name, what do you do? And so I kind of talk about my background, and then the chats that or the traits that you want chat to know. So there's so much more like that I want to add, but you can say, um, I want to add, so here I have like, I'm a top leader with LifeVantage. I love my team. I love to help people 50 years and older to live a more quality of life, with simple diet and lifestyle changes. I also like to help people build another income stream by sharing the LifeVantage products. I'm married to Dave. We have 4 kids, 7 grandkids. I ski, water ski, hike, travel, spend time with family. So that's what I put in the very beginning. And I looked at this again today, and I'm going to totally like add a lot more to this, that I lost a business 8 years ago. We discovered, LifeVantage. My mission is to help as many people as I can, especially those in midlife. Through our products and opportunity, I want to lead with kindness and love and service and make sure I'm addressing people's needs and concerns in a genuine way. The business opportunity has been the perfect vehicle for us to serve others in health and wellness. So you guys give it as much detail as you can and really put your story in there. And then I'm going to stop sharing here. Because then where you customize it, and then you just start a new chat. You can ask it anything. So if you first of all, what you want to do then after you have it customized in your words, in your tone, do you want it witty, do you want it, more intellectual, all of this, and then you go ahead and like go to your LifeVantage website and copy and paste that URL and then put it into ChatGPT and just say, chat, please, I want you to know everything about LifeVantage, and the products that we have, the opportunity, the comp plan, everything you want. And then it's going to just generate, and start learning everything, all the language, all the compliance stuff, with LifeVantage. And then you want to think of chat as like your personal assistant, and you've got to train your personal assistant, right, to write things like emails and text messages like you would write them, your language, again, your tone. So you've got to train it. You don't want to just input silly things and just plain generic questions, because that's what you're going to get back, and that's what is going to be not as authentic, right? So instead of saying, can you tell me about the healthy glow stack? What are the facts about the healthy glow stack? Chat is going to spit out, all of the facts and the science between our healthy glow stack. But if you said, you know what, chat, I call my chat Stella. I've named her, but I want to, I'm talking to a friend who's in her 30s and she has achy joints. She may not be able to continue working as a hairdresser because her joints are bothering her so much. Will you please help me with the best way to approach her about the healthy glow stack? And remember to lead with love and service. Right? So then it's going to, and you can say, make it more conversational. So again, say you are talking to someone out there and you identify their needs and concerns and just ask chat, what's the best way to approach this person? This is exactly everything I know about this person. Tell me what to say to her. And then you can even like screenshot a conversation. Have you guys done this yet? I actually haven't. I just learned this today. Sherry's nodding her head, of course. But you can screenshot like a conversation and then put it in chat and say, this is a message that I got from my friend or my prospect. How do I best reply to it? So chat's going to read it, and then again, reply it in your words, in your tone. Now, if it doesn't sound authentic to you, like when chat gives you the response, please like talk to chat and say, you know what, that sounds a little bit too, it doesn't sound like me. Let's warm it up a little bit. Let's make it a little bit shorter, maybe a little bit wittier. So talk to it and change it up until you have it in your own words. And then it's going to start to learn that. So next time it won't make that same mistake, right? Um, so you can, again, start conversations. You can ask chat how to reply to somebody. You can ask chat, hey, I'm creating an Instagram post. And it's Dave and I in a water skiing. And a lot of our friends right now can't water ski because their joints hurt or they can't even get out of the water. Like, what should I say about how, because we're activated and we're taking the healthy glow stack, we're still able to do this, and then chat just kind of comes up with an Instagram post. So lots of different ways to use it. I am going to now, oh, I have one more post that I asked chat the other day. Like, help me create a post that speaks to my 45-year-old self who was raising 4 kids and had credit card debt. I would wonder, like, how am I going to, help pay for college? How are we going to pay off our credit card debt? How are we going to help pay for our daughter's wedding, in the future and travel and do all the things? What kind of post should I make to address that person? So backtracking, I don't know if you guys know this, but we had a social media, very basic workshop, and we did 1 hour one day and another hour the other day. The first hour was all about really understanding like who you are, what makes you you, like the 5 things that you're most passionate about, the 5 things that you like to talk about, what people ask you about. And so really honing in on that, like your voice and your tone and your message. And then the second hour training was based on who were we speaking to, because that's the most important thing. It's not what we're saying, it's who we're speaking to, right? And so we call it like your avatar. So it was a really great training, you guys. We've got it recorded, but it's building your avatar. So you really don't even want to move forward until you've watched those two trainings, because then you're going to be programmed chat GPT on who you are and who you're speaking to. But you've got to have that really clear and defined. And then after that, it's going to really help you with your business, building your business and helping with the conversation. So Sherry and Suzanne, I'm going to throw it out to you now and
Hi.
give us your magic.
Hey.
There
Suzanne,
they
you want me to go
are.
first?
Sure.
Okay. So we're going to talk about two different things. So it's going to be exciting. So this is so true, you guys. I'm telling you, and I had to go back several times when it came to creating my avatar. And Chrissy is so good. This training, you guys, please go watch it because it helps you really think about things that you don't normally think about. Like I was doing mine, and Chrissy's like, "What's keeping, Stella up at night, or whatever your avatar?" My avatar's name is Allie. But I want to share with you what I used ChatGPT for just recently. So, for those of you that know, I do a lot of networking events here in my local community, and we have to do 30-second commercials. Okay, so every night I try to set my I try to get my posting done for the next day if it comes to my mind. So while I was playing around with ChatGPT, I asked it, and I actually wrote it down because I really want to give you an example of how to use this. So I went into ChatGPT and I said, "Good afternoon. I would love for you to help me come up with a 30-second commercial that I do at my networking events. I also would like you to know that there are multiple wellness companies like LifeWave, and I started naming a couple that are always there. And I really want this message to be so powerful. And I only have 30 seconds. And I would love for you to work around this phrase that um, this product extends quality of life by 7%. I want that to be my main message." And then I hit send. So it came back with something and I tweaked it again. Okay. And I said, "Oh my gosh, that sounds wonderful. But I would love for you to use my tagline that I always use." So I've been feeding Chat GPT this. So, are you guys ready for my 30-second commercial? Okay. Quick show of hands. If I could offer you something scientifically proven to extend your quality of life by 7%, would you be curious to learn more? My name is Sherry Martin, AKA The Activation Girl, and I help people activate their bodies on a cellular level to look and feel better than they ever have. What I share is not a trend or a supplement. It is science backed and it's one of a kind. There is nothing like it on the market. So if quality of life matters to you, let's connect for a one-on-one. I'm Sherry Martin. Let's activate your body, activate your life. The Activation Girl. Of course, it took me twice to do it, but the more information you give ChatGPT about you and what you're trying to do, it's going to give you the results that you're asking. So that's kind of my tip on how I'm using it. Obviously, if you've been noticing my post the last 2 weeks, we are having so much fun with this. So I'm going to throw it over to Suzanne so she can give you some of her tidbits.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, I really just, this Chat GPT, Sherry and I were using another program. So I was like, okay, I got to rip the Band-Aid off. I got to try it. And I was spending money on the other one, and now this one's free. And it really changed for me when I did Chrissy's training. Sherry and I sat down, we created our avatar, which is basically who I'm looking for on Facebook. And I put that into my Chat GPT, and it was a paragraph. And I said, these are the women, the moms that I want to reach, either by business or products. And once I put that in there and I started asking it to help me create my posts, of course, I had to think of what I wanted to say, right? We want it to be from us, and then let it make it sound like better than we could even come up with. So when I started doing that and then just adding a little bit, I love how it will communicate with you. It'll say, it'll give you, what it recommends, and it'll say, do you want it tailored to Instagram? Do you want it tailored to Facebook? Do you want it more casual? Do you want it more, sympathetic? And so you can talk to it, and it will create what you want it to create. So what I've started doing is when I post and I do a picture like this one right here, I add a little something to it. It's just me sitting outside, and this was my this is what it came up with. First day of summer, as I sit on the patio with my laptop, chilling with Chase, my son, I'm reminded of how far we've come. I remember those days of feeling torn, rushing out the door to get to the office, leaving the boys behind, heart aching, and even when I was able to work from home, the hours seemed longer somehow. Just because I was physically present, I didn't mean I was really there. The guilt, the stress, the constant juggle. But today looks different. It feels different. Now I get to work on my terms with a flexible schedule that lets me show up fully, not just for my business, but for my family. And these little memories and moments like this are no longer passing me by. So, to any mom who feels that tug of war between career and presence, I see you, and I promise there's a better way. I added like just a little glimmer to my picture, which makes it a video. So I had 1,000 views in like less than a week. Okay. That means I am reaching 1,000 lives just with that post, right? So since I've changed this, I got a notification from Facebook over the weekend. This is so cool. It made me feel important. But it told me that Facebook recognized that I was reaching more people, and they've increased my distribution. So now my posts are going to go on top of other people's posts, and they're going to show up on their feeds more than they normally would. So I'm telling you, at first I was against this, but this is going to be the vehicle to get us out to those people that we may not get belly to belly with, but now we can get belly to belly with them. Because tonight I got a message from someone I worked with 23 years ago. Hi, Suzanne, my daughter and I need collagen. Tell me more about your collagen. I wouldn't see them because I don't even know where they live now. But now I have that open line of communication with them to add them into Vitality Rocks and then communicate with them through Messenger. And yes, she will become one of my customers because it's all about loving on them and giving them our story and the right information. So I just really feel like this is a great tool for us all to use.
I love
Awesome.
it. Can I add one more thing real quick, Christy?
Of course.
So Suzanne and I, which I'm going down tomorrow to see her. So I'm back to going once a week because literally, you guys, we were having so much fun. I put in ChatGPT. Chase has a fountain. For those of you that know Chase, he's like the miracle boy. Okay, he like does all the things, and he builds these fountains. We put it so Chase says, why don't we put the bottle of collagen in the fountain? So I went to ChatGPT and I said, hey, good afternoon. I'm with one of my consultants, and her son builds fountains. We want to take our collagen and stick it in the fountain. Can you help me come up with a post, not just what to say, but how to make the video? I'm telling you, it gives you everything. If you want a 3-day post, you can say, can you help me do a 3-day post to add, to get to the call to action, right? So I just wanted to throw that out there because you've got to get in there and play around with it to really know what this is. But yeah, thank you, Christy and Dave, for pushing us out the plane.
Oh, thanks for dragging us with you.
Oh,
Also,
Susan,
one more really cool thing that it does, because I know some people, they may not have the time during the week that we do, right? So let's say you have an hour or 2 hours on the weekends. You can talk to it and you can create your posts for the whole week, right? Then you go into Facebook and you can schedule your posts. Like yesterday, I was in the car on our way home from Orlando, so I had the time. So I knew what I wanted to say today. So I scheduled my post. I told it what time to post. So that way this morning, my post was there and I was reaching somebody every day. So if you do need to plan out for the whole week, it will give you ideas. It'll do Transformation Tuesday, Motivation Monday, and it'll give you ideas if you're lost and you just don't know what you want to say. It gives great ideas that way too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. That's magic right there, is that you can post. Yeah. It's this is all about working smarter and not harder, right?
Yep.
I want y'all to work smarter and not harder and really truly build that business that you don't need a vacation from and that will grow without you. So I hope that this helped. We have a few more minutes. Does anybody have specific questions
Oh, I have
on
something to
this
say though.
topic? Oh,
Suzanne,
yes.
you are important.
What?
You are important. All of you are.
You
But
said something
you
like,
said like, oh, it made me feel
oh,
important. Oh, I said you are
Well,
important.
I'm all about proving to my teenage boys that I can be an influencer and I'm gonna get like I
Rocking
want thousands and thousands and thousands of views.
I
I want to be the
love it.
coolest mom ever.
That's awesome. I love that.
yes. Real quick, on the free version, does it keep track of your history?
Yep.
Okay, so
I
there's no reason to pay for it.
You don't
I
need
didn't
to.
think that it did, but on the side, and it
It
actually
does.
labels it for you.
Dates
Okay,
it too.
okay, so
So
that's
if
super
you, yeah,
cool.
so if you want a heading to something, like I went in there and changed the heading so I could go back and find it so that I could say, hey, will you go back to my Tuesday and I want to do a follow-up, and it will,
Yeah,
and it literally, I don't know how it
yeah,
does it so fast, but
yeah,
it's like
yeah. It's like your private like secretary that's so smart and has the brain of a computer. Yeah. So you can say, yeah, let me go back to, yeah, let's circle back around to Cindy, who I was talking to, and it's amazing.
The only thing
Um,
it may not do if you're not paying for it, like I just tried to go in and put my website and it says it can't browse the internet. So I don't know.
I
The paid
think that's going to
version
be the
can. The
paid
paid
version.
version actually that can browse the entire internet, so that it will gather a lot more information for you. And then it's how many things that you input, right? So at some point, Suzanne, if you're doing it every single day, I don't know if it measures per week or per month, but then it's like you're gonna have to wait a day because you've
Yes.
used up all of your questions.
Oh, that's what that
We
means.
so we
Yeah.
wanted to change the way our living room looked just a little bit. And Chase, my son, he goes, "Oh, mom, just look at this." He took a picture of our living room and asked ChatGPT to make it more modern. Boom, a picture of it came up, and we did what it did. Like we put a plant here, and we took this cabinet down, and I was like, "Wow, it can give you ideas for your home too. Like you want to update your kitchen, take a picture of it." Now, if you've done so many, it'll only give you so many images per day, but it'll give you a countdown as to how much time you have left. And then it will send you a reminder if you want it to. It's
Hmm.
like I have an assistant.
Isn't that great? For free. It's even $20, it's worth it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were paid 35, right, Suzanne, for Now Site?
Yeah. They bumped us up to
Yeah.
35. And I was like, I'm not
Well,
doing it.
technology is changing so rapidly that by the time we did Now Site, it's like this chat up leveled,
Yeah.
So again, let's just end it with this, make sure that you've got ChatGPT downloaded and that you customize it. Just takes a few minutes and really customize it. Go to those trainings, the 2 social media trainings, and then just then copy and paste the LifeVantage link in ChatGPT, so it just starts to know all the language of LifeVantage. But it's also taking everything we're posting, right? All of its knowledge on LifeVantage. And then just remember that facts tell, but stories sell. So, chat will dump out a lot of facts for you, but you want to, again, program it to make it more storytelling and to address the needs and concerns of the people that we're talking to. Any questions or anything last minute you guys want to throw out? This is fun
Use
stuff.
it.
This is fun
Use it.
stuff. I hope you found it
And if you need
valuable.
help, just let us know. Like we'll walk you through it. It's fairly
After you
easy to get
watch
set up.
Christy's training,
Yeah.
you must watch the training before you reach out to us, because I'm telling you, you're going to get stuff from it than me. You're going to get what I took from it. So you got to watch it, because something will click with you that maybe didn't click with me. And then once you get through those trainings, I'm telling you, you're going to want to do it back to back. It was that good. And there's only 2. So get that out of the way. And then let's start with maybe your avatar, customize it. And, like I said, I'm happy to meet you guys on Zoom after you watch those 2.
Thank you, Sherry. Thanks for hopping on, everybody. Have a great
Thank
rest of your
you.
Bye, guys.
Tuesday
Good
evening. Bye bye.
night.